So I want to first do an exercise with you. If you trust me, please close your eyes. Now imagine that you yourself was standing right in front of you. Can you see yourself? Does that person have any facial expressions? How are you feeling? Now open your eyes. I want you to, for now, remember the first impressions you left on yourself. We'll come back to this at the end. This was an exercise I did a few months ago. It lasted a bit longer because I was also asked by the instructor to initiate a conversation with myself. However, the person I was picturing in my head seemed totally distant and cold. I was taken aback. I asked the instructor if I could open my eyes, and she said, "How long have you been neglecting yourself?" So please allow me to take a step back and provide you with some context about the crossroads I faced. As co-president of the Dartmouth China Club, I was eager to jumpstart the club's traditional initiatives and to revive crosswalk alumni events that were put on hold during the pandemic. This was challenging, to say the least, since the world around us seemed so fragmented with an underlying sense of disconnection prevailing. So despite my prior experiences in community building, doubts started creeping into my head. I became worried about the logistics, the lack of face-to-face interactions, and the different perspectives at play. It was a crucial moment, one that demanded a brief step into the unknown if I wanted to bridge the gaps in our community. I knew I had to face these barriers head-on, but there was always a little voice in the back of my head doubting if I could pull it off. As a result, the organizing process on my first inter-school event was largely impacted. As I was handling logistics online, such as vendor selection, venue coordination, and event promotion, my self-doubt cast a shadow over the progress. Each decision was clouded by my relentless back and forth internal dialogue, leaving me restless and uncertain. Seeking validation from experienced individuals, I grappled with self-doubt, which eventually led to missed deadlines and a narrow window for online promotion. Unfortunately, weather conditions and air quality concerns also compounded my challenges, leading to a disappointing turnout of only 80 ticket sales. My heart felt dejected, and despite an assumed decision to reschedule, I still carried a weight of defeat, grappling with the nagging question of how I failed in fostering a stronger alumni community in Beijing. But I had a hint. It was my own self-doubt. So this was why I did the exercise that day. As the instructor guided me through it, I was looking for answers. When she posed the question of how long I'd been neglecting myself, a torrent of emotions washed over me. Tears flowed down with my eyes still closed. A gut-wrenching response echoed in my head. Too long. In that vulnerable moment, she probed further, hoping to unravel the core of the motivations. Why did I want to organize this event? What intrinsic values propelled me towards community building? What truths did I seek to affirm? As we journey through my pre-adolescent years and eventually reach my time at Dartmouth, she asked a question that demanded full honesty. So truly, why did you want to come back after Dartmouth? In that moment, I hesitated to disclose an undeniable truth. Despite making connections with remarkable individuals, I was always in pursuit of a place to call my own. And because I grew up in Beijing, I thought I would have to start with a place that I would technically call home. It was right there and then I understood my desire to not only seek, but also cultivate a deep sense of belonging for myself as well as for others. The exercise was like a wake-up call for me. I realized that my focus should not be on the how, but rather the why as I prepared for my first inter-school event. With this newfound understanding at my core, I reached out to fellow alumni club presidents, opening up about my new understanding. This time, instead of merely seeking advice, I found that my self-acceptance and determination resonated with them, gaining their unwavering support, which eventually led to the success of my first inter-school event. Since then, we've continued to organize numerous events for our alumni and their friends and families in Beijing. Our efforts have resulted in impactful events such as the first EVI Thanksgiving dinner, ski trip, and we're actually hoping to organize the first volunteer fair as well in the summer. Indeed, seeing the community's first initial steps evolve into a thriving, interconnected space that offers thousands of people a place they may call home has truly been a privilege. So before we part ways, I want to invite you once again to join me in the exercise we did earlier. Let's close our eyes one more time and imagine ourselves before us. Together, let's say these words to ourselves. I see you, I'm proud of you, and genuinely, I want to connect with you. If you notice any difference in the person in front of you, please take a moment to take note of these new emotions, and then slowly open your eyes. I believe we all have the power to transcend doubts, fears, and barriers, to establish meaningful connections with others, and to drive impactful change. However, I also believe that those possibilities begin with the initial step rooted in our ability to bridge divides and overcome challenges within ourselves. Thank you very much. May we all embrace the potential within us to foster connection and growth.